The Tao of Self-Confidence, Episode 249. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits. Well, hello friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a fantastic lady on the show today. She is a visionary and a creative entrepreneur, and I'm really excited to have her on and share her story. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Grace Yoon. Grace, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to our listeners.
I'm great. Thank you, Sheena, for having me on your show here today. I'm really excited and honored. So, like you mentioned, Sheena, I am a visionary and creative entrepreneur. I am very passionate about empowering, inspiring, assisting, and enlightening entrepreneurs, especially creative entrepreneurs and free spirits, towards a life of self-mastery, of abundance, and love, and joy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, Grace. And what's your cultural background?
So I am of Korean descent, but I was born and raised in Canada, in British Columbia.
Awesome. I'm actually on the East End. I'm from Toronto, so.
Oh, nice. You know, I've never been to Toronto. I'd love to go there.
Yeah, it's a great city. I think you would enjoy it. So, Grace, what would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
Well, for me, lately, it's been, I am a winner. That's a mantra for my kind of daily meditation that I do. I found that I've been repeating this to myself over and over, and it's just been phenomenal in the results that I've been experiencing in my life. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, simply because of, I believe we get what we receive, which is why it's also important, I believe, to have a positive and winning mindset, because when you have that, then you get a positive and winning life.
Awesome. And I love that, it's short and simple. And, the more we keep on training our brain to see ourselves as a winner, that's when we can start attracting the right things. So, I think that's great, especially saying that every single day to yourself. And, in your own words, how would you define self-confidence?
Well, I believe, from my own personal experience, self-confidence means having the confidence to love oneself, first and foremost. Especially in an age where pop culture and media kind of dictates and is really, quite forceful in the messages that they broadcast to us. I believe self-confidence, self-love, self-worth, self-esteem, self-realizations, self-actualization, self-care, self-reliance, selflessness, and self-encouragement. So all like kind of the self words is really important to having self-confidence. And I think that when we begin by loving ourselves first, we're then fully capable to love and then, conversely help and transform the world effectively, which it takes immense self-love and self-courage to look at ourselves in the mirror every day and say to ourselves, like, you know what, yes, I am worthy of everything that I want, and, be proud of who you are when you look in the mirror and not break down into tears but rather just kind of celebrate who you are. So yeah, that's what I think self-confidence means. It's just having the confidence to listen to your heart and intuition, despite what others may say, and to take action from that place of self-knowing.
Thanks for sharing that great definition. I agree. It has to start with us, and whether it's in business and life and love, it really does have to start with us. So great definition. And what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
Oh, my life was very different. Before finding my inner self-confidence, I was really very timid and shy and super self-conscious, soft-spoken, which is a good or bad thing. And most of the time I would just kind of linger and hide in the background, not wanting to really expose myself or attract attention to myself. And I feel like I did that because I struggled with expressing my emotions and thoughts. I guess as a child, I learned that opening up and expressing who I was kind of dangerous. And, there were times when if I did express my opinion, I was overlooked or brushed aside because I lacked the self-worth like the conviction and belief in myself, which in turn is why people didn't take me seriously. So, as hurtful as those experiences were, I am grateful for them now because I was able to cultivate my own unique voice, especially through the written word, because that was sort of my outlet growing up. Before finding my self-confidence, I would just kind of journal everything and all my emotions. So that was very therapeutic and cathartic in a way. Also, I've always known as a child, despite being quite timid and shy, that I was, I had a knack for being a mediator and a visionary at heart, seeking balance and harmony in my life. So yeah, despite knowing that though, like, knowing who I really was and knowing that I was here to have, a special life purpose, I would just kind of go with the flow. That was who I was. I would just go with the flow, be quiet, and kind of a people pleaser because I didn't want to stand up for myself. But as a result, I became unhappy and unhealthy mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So there were certain life events which eventually led me to finally put my foot down and start living the life that I was here to live.
Thanks for sharing that, Grace. And what was that point in your life when you realized, you can change your own circumstances, gain that self-confidence to be the person that you are today?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, it was really a series of life events and definitely a deep, dark night of the soul, which kind of was the final push to awakening me towards, my full potential and my life's purpose. And this kind of all happened really quickly in the past 4 years. And it's still, I think, taking place. I mean, I firmly believe that we're always changing every day because when we strive to be better, I believe we're always changing. But yeah, I think my aha moment was when I realized that all of these life's challenges that I've been through, the ups and the downs, were really meant for me to learn and grow from them. So I could share my story in the hopes of inspiring and providing empowerment and authenticity and motivation for others. Yeah, so kind of to paint a picture, in the past 4 years, I've really gone through a personal transformation of leaving university and at that time, my passion to study medicine. I left a really toxic relationship. I then traveled across Europe for 3 months studying art. And I also, as a result, kind of this awakening, I've met my twin flame, which I'm really grateful for. And I've also been able to write and self-publish my ebooks, which for me is a really great, big achievement of mine and a dream that I feel I can kind of cross off the bucket list. And so, yeah, all these kind of aha moments and experiences have allowed me to now create an online community focused on authenticity, abundance, empowerment, personal development, spirituality, beauty, creativity, and love, and all the things that I love. So, yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Grace. It's great that all these aha moments that you have helped you to get where you are today, be able to create the life that you want and help others do the same. And, if our listeners are tuning into your episode and they're in a similar journey to self-confidence, what would be that one tip you would give to them?
It's pretty hard for me to give one tip. I think the biggest, if I had to pick, it would definitely be love and care for yourself. And you can fully and effectively serve others. I have so many. I think having an attitude of gratitude for everything is key, and choosing to see the beauty in every circumstance, person, and even within ourselves is really important. And becoming an embodiment of love, spreading kindness wherever you go, having the courage to share your story, and knowing that courage to share your story is really empowering. And yeah, knowing that you are already a winner, I think, is what I'd like to share with all women.
Thanks for sharing all those tips, and those are great. And, everyone's a winner, right? They just have to see it for themselves and believe that they are a winner. So great tips. And Grace, if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and what you do, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Absolutely. So The best way to get in contact or to see the rest of my work is to go to my website, gracearmani.com. I also have a Facebook community I've just started. It's facebook.com/Grace Armani Official. And you can find all my social media accounts on my website as well. I also have an Instagram and YouTube.
Thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Grace, you can also head on over to the taoofselfconfidence.com and search for Grace's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else we talked about. And I really just want to thank Grace for taking the time to share her story with us and tips. So thank you so much, Grace.
Thank you, Sheena, and thank you for providing this beautiful platform for us.
Not a problem, and it was an honor to have you on the show. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Tao of Self-Confidence. Sign up for our free membership site to get more amazing resources for self-confidence by visiting our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com. Your inner journey to self-confidence awaits.